right. You don't want to give your name, is that right?
Exactly.
Okay. Tell me what happened tonight, and we'll start. What time was it that you were at a gas station? Is that right?
Yeah, it was probably between 9:30 to 10 when I went to the gas station to get gas.
Which gas station was it?
Speedway over on 58, right there by Route 2.
Okay.
And I was pumping gas, and this kid had come up to me wanting a ride. Seemed real persistent. I told him no at first. Just kept seeming real persistent. Kept coming up to the truck, Finally, I felt sorry for him because it was kind of cold outside. He said he was stranded at the motel behind there and that he was going to have to walk to his girlfriend's house over there by PC Campana on the corner of Meister and Levitt. And I figured it's kind of cold. I felt sorry for him. He offered to give me $15 for gas if I drove him. I said that's fine. I let him in the truck to drive him. We get to the approximate area where he wants to go. And I says, which house is it that I'm stopping at? He says, never mind, they're not here. We got to go a few more places. I says, no. I said, one place is good. And I says, I'm not driving you all over. That's when he pulled the knife out on me and said, just play it cool. Nobody will get hurt. He goes, I got to stop at a few places. He goes, it'll all be over soon. So we then proceeded in driving to various different houses. Every one of them looked to be like a drug house. A lot of vehicles.
What happened when you pulled up to each house?
Young black male, almost in the same instance or whatever, and that, except for the one house, he was a slightly older black male, but they came out and proceeded to look like they did a drug deal. He never got out of the truck, though. He always stayed in the truck for he could keep an eye on where I am, for I didn't leave or anything. He'd rolled the window down. They looked like they were shaking hands through the window, but it was actually them doing a drug deal, because he had asked him if he had what he wanted. Gave him, the drugs. We pulled away. Next thing you know, he's got me taking him to another house. Went on for about, like I said, anywhere between 6 to 10 houses there. I wasn't really counting. I was more, scared at this point because he's already got the knife pulled out. I'm not knowing what's going to happen. Finally, after I had taken him to so many places, I just got fed up with it, and I figured if he had any intention to let me go, he'd have let me go already. It started dawning on me, maybe he ain't going to let me go. Maybe he's going to kill me. So I just said, if you're going to stab me, stab me. I said, fuck it, it ain't worth it. That's when he tried to calm me down, and he said, just take him one more place and drop him off. He swears he'd get out of the car. Figure it's worth a try. Nobody's hurt. Maybe this night will end peaceful. We drive him up over here to the Johnny Wilkes, there, by the water tower, where the Ford Focus was waiting for him. He then goes to get out of my truck. I notice as he's getting out of my truck, he's holding my wallet, which I had in the center console from getting gas. He's holding my wallet and his cell phone in his hand while I grabbed the back of his jacket, because I didn't want him taking my wallet. I mean, simple man, I ain't got a whole lot of money. He then yanks away from me, and as he yanks away from me, he takes his knife and swings back at me. It's when I put my hand up and he caught my finger. He then proceeds in darting over to the car, and then that's when the chase began.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I got to take...
So when he took the swipe at you, they got in the car and took off.
I started following them because I couldn't see their license plate, and I wanted to cry. At this point now, I grabbed my wallet that he had dropped on the floorboard, and I pick it up and I see it's empty. So I start following him. I want to get at least a license plate number to call the cops with. So I call the cops, and I'm on the phone with them. I still can't get the license plate, and I proceed in chasing them, and we chase each other. I'm chasing him through these back streets over here, when finally, after we're chasing each other through these back streets or whatever, they stop. A guy gets out of the back seat, which I didn't even know he was there. He picks up a speaker and then comes running at the truck like he's going to throw the speaker. And at that point, that's when the cop comes shooting up Toledo. And I had motioned for him that's the car. And they sped past me and they started chasing the car. And then the car ended up crashing.
Did you witness the crash itself, or were you far behind?
I was too far behind or whatever in that. But it looked like he was driving with his headlights off.
Yeah.
So it looked like he had turned his headlights off maybe to elude the police officers.